Hello. It's been a while since I've done any sort of actual recording or anything, but I figured I'd try and make something small, something quick for the Ubisoft Forward 2020 pseudo E3 presentation that they're going to be doing sometime, I believe July 12th. I think it's going to be about 35 minutes. I have to check the press release on that, but yeah, I usually only pay attention to Nintendo and E3 and Nintendo and Ubisoft whenever I'm checking out E3 stuff. So I'm excited. I'm sort of like a faint Ubisoft fan. I'm here for stuff like Rayman and Rabbids, and I've been getting into Brawlhalla a lot. So I've been in here and there. I'm just starting to sort of get into Assassin's Creed stuff. So I'm pretty excited about this presentation. What do I expect to see? Well, I feel like the one game that we have very little information on is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We don't know too much about it, but I imagine it'll be similar to stuff like Origins and Odyssey and stuff like that. They had a little sizzle reel, and they had little bits of Watch Dogs Legions. I don't know. I feel like last year's E3 presentation, which I think was when it got announced, I think they showed off a decent amount of the game. I have a decent understanding of how it should be played and stuff like that. And I don't know how much we really need to see more of. The same thing with Hyperscape. They just dropped an overview trailer. I don't know. I know a decent amount. I think the thing with both of those games is that we're probably going to end up seeing release dates, pre-order stuff for Legions, when Hyperscape's going to drop. I don't know if they ever released or revealed any sort of platform stuff for Hyperscape, but they could do that. When's it going to release on different consoles? When the release date, if they have a battle pass, stuff like that. The next thing they'll probably talk about is Roller Champions. In between the start of the summer, I think, and the announcement of Ubisoft Forward, they did a little reveal trailer for Roller Champions, where they said they had a whole rework of the game and stuff, and they had beta testers and stuff, and they said it's going to come to the Switch. So I'm excited about that. Roller Champions sounds like it's going to be kind of fun. I expect a legitimate release date. If they're still if they're still doing tests and stuff, maybe they'll drop stuff like that. That's some stuff I expect to see, and obviously they'll drop new updates on stuff about games that they already have, like Division 2, Rainbow Six Siege. I think they had a trailer recently for new AI companions in Far Cry 5, I believe, so they could do something like that. There might be a Tom Clancy announcement. There's always a Tom Clancy announcement. There might be a new Far Cry. They could talk about that. Outside of that, I feel like that's what I expect. So I'm gonna move into stuff that I'd like to see. The first on my list is just getting straight to the point. No fluff, no big extravagant, performances or whatever. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of that. I have no disrespect for Just Dance or whatever, but I've never been a big fan of the big dances outside of the immediate, meme humor or whatever, haha, Just Dance, meme dance or whatever. Outside of that, it's just padding time. And hey, I like Grand Kirkhope. I like the Donkey Kong DLC from Mario Plus Rabbids, but I don't know. I wasn't really a big fan of the concert. The music was great, but I'm here for game announcements. So I hope that because they're shifting to a digital format, we'll just get straight to the point, just get straight to the announcements and the discussions and stuff like that. This next one, I'm not really sure if it's actually going to happen, and it's a Brawlhalla update. I'm recording this on the 8th, and they just dropped a trailer and the character forget his name, but he uses the great sword, and he's pretty cool. And you know, I was thinking to myself, you know, they could, you know, drop a character trailer or a crossover trailer or something for this. But I don't know. Now that I look at it, now that they've dropped this character, I have a hard time thinking, you know, what could they show off. I had a theory that maybe the Ben 10 crossover that they did was sort of was something that they would have saved for E3. I think it's probably big enough to be an E3 announcement, you know, same level as the Adventure Time crossover. But because E3 was canceled this year, yeah, they just dropped it. It was probably around the same time that E3 would have gone through. It's like that period of time. Because I remember, like, it was just random. It's like, boom, here, the Ben 10 crossover. It was really random. And with the character drop that they did today, I can't think of anything else they dropped. I know that the Heat Wave summer event is going to be happening soon, so I'm excited to get some more colors for that. And the season is ending on the 12th. I know that the Battle Pass won't be over for at least 3 more weeks, so it'll be a little bit early for them to start teasing Season 2 of Battle Pass stuff. Unless they have like another crossover in the works, which I think is pretty early because they just dropped the new character and we just got the Ben 10 crossover. So yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see Brawlhalla stuff, but I have a hard time seeing it happen. I'm gonna skip the next one because that one's kind of interesting, and I want to discuss that one a little bit later. But I feel like we'll see this. I feel like we'll see Gods and Monsters update. I think its alpha got leaked on Google Stadia a while back. I think a few weeks ago. I remember watching like a few seconds of it, and I thought it was pretty solid. I wasn't really sure about the Breath of the Wild comparisons, but after watching it, I was like, yeah, it's pretty similar to Breath of the Wild, which isn't a bad thing. I like that game, and it'd be cool to see that too, with the Greek theming and stuff like that. I do hope if they are leaning into the Breath of the Wild angle, that they have some sort of glide move or something to, you know, slow down your descent. There is one clip where the character got knocked off by an attack and he just fell all the way down from this huge cliff and he just died, and it was just crazy. I think it'd be kind of weird if like you fell off a cliff and it's like you have no way to stop yourself. Icarus is a Greek thing, right? I think so. You could get Icarus rings and that could help you out. I think that something like that could help out pretty well. I think there's also something that said that they're going to get a name change. It's kind of, I'm okay with that. Gods and Monsters is sort of a simple and generic name. It wouldn't be, I mean, I don't know, it's a fine name, but I'd be cool with something a little bit more distinct. I'm not sure if it's going to come out this year. I know it was supposed to come out 2019 and then that got delayed. No, it was supposed to come out February of this year, I think. Yeah. So I'd be kind of cool with seeing something like that show up soon. The next thing that I want to talk about would probably be like a Skull and Bones update. I don't know if we ever got an announcement that got delayed as well, but we haven't seen that in a while. I'd like to see some sort of like, you know, release date or release window. Something like that would be pretty cool. I'd like to see something like that. I don't have too much to say about Skull and Bones other than, you know, it sounds cool. I already talked about Roller Champions. I'd like to see Trackmania on consoles. Trackmania sounds fun. It looks like a really fun racing game. I'm not too big on the monetization. I wish you can just, you know, buy it and play it and whatever. I'm not too big on that, but you know, Trackmania looks like a really fun game. I like the Track Maker. You know, it looks fun. I like to play it on consoles. I'm mostly a Switch owner, so it'd be fun to get it on Switch. That's pretty much it. The main two reasons that I wanted to talk about, the main two topics that I wanted to talk about, was the first one is that something involving rabbits. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you've seen one or some instance of rabbits on the channel, whether it's a speed paint or a clip of Mario plus Rabbids in my Switch clip compilations or whatever. I like Mario plus Rabbids. I like the Rabbids, even though I'm a Rayman fan. I'm not like a huge Rabbids hater or whatever. I like the Rabbids. They're cool. So I'd like to see something with the Rabbids. It might be, I'm not really sure how to feel because like it's been, I think, 2 years since Mario plus Rabbids, so it's like, what are they doing now? No one's talked about this for a while, but like there's been a lot of weird stuff with, I think, Ubisoft Milan. I think they were the ones who did Rabbids, Mario Rabbids. There was a survey, a Mario plus Rabbids survey. I don't think I did it, but it was weird. It's like, oh, what characters do you want to see? What type of features do you want to see? I don't remember too much about the survey, but I do remember that they listed a whole bunch of Mario characters. The two I can think of were like Daisy and Boo. I don't know. And then the next one was that they had a listing for a job listing, and it was for a prestigious AAA game. I'm gonna get back to that because that's something that's really interesting. But you know, what's more prestigious than doing a crossover with Mr. Video Game himself or whatever? I know some people thinking that there's going to be a thing where like they're just going to jump from Nintendo franchise to Nintendo franchise, so we'll get like a Zelda plus Rabbids. I'm not sure about that. I feel like we're probably just going to be sticking with like Mario. But I don't know, a sequel would be kind of cool. I think the one thing that was the most interesting thing that came out of the lifespan of that game was a pseudo competitive scene. They had like, you know, contests which were just basically self-imposed challenges on different levels. I don't know, the game doesn't feel like it's built to handle that kind of stuff. So if they were to make a sequel, being able to develop, you know, actual online leaderboards and competitive scenes and stuff would be pretty cool. I like to see them, you know, figure out a way to merge the rosters between the DLC and the main game. You know, have Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky and stuff like that. That would be kind of fun. You know, obviously new characters. I'd like to see Daisy and Rosalina. It'd be fun to get some Rabbids characters that aren't clones of other Mario characters, like characters that can stand on their own, maybe past characters from other Rabbids games or something. I don't know, it's just, there's a lot of potential for Rabbids. The other thing, which I think is interesting, getting back to that job listing, is the idea of the Rabbids team doing something with Rayman. That would be pretty cool. That's the main thing that I'm hoping for with Ubisoft Forward, is some mention of Rayman. His 25th anniversary is going to be coming up next year, and I think I'd go a little insane if nothing happened for him. You know, it's Rayman. He's the guy who started it all. It'd be kind of weird if, you know, nothing happened, or it's just, you know, a Rayman mini update, which, you know, isn't really all that great because it's exclusive to the Apple gaming streaming service or whatever, or like the rental, I don't know, the Apple game thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think the one safe thing I think would be cool would be like, you know, a remastered collection. I don't know, it's way too scattered. It's kind of hard to like play everything from Rayman's history. You know, just a collection of Rayman 1, 2, and 3, maybe Rayman R and Rayman M, maybe like the first Rabbids game. I'd love to, you know, maybe even include Origins maybe, and if that ends up on the Switch, then you have Origins and Legends on the same console, and that would be kind of fun. It would be cool to, you know, maybe even get a third 2D game, a third UbiArt game. I know originally it was going to be a 3-part episodic game, so it'd be cool for them to fulfill that idea of it being a trilogy. I'd like a 2D game. A 2D game would be kind of cool. I'd like to see a 3D game too as well. I don't know, I can do either or. I'm not really sure what they'll end up doing, but it'd be pretty cool to, you know, get something with Rayman. If it's maybe something weird, like, I don't know, what if it's like a crossover Ubisoft game with Rayman at the center? That'd be fun. I had this like this tinfoil hat conspiracy theory thing that maybe they drop the next Smash Brothers trailer and it'd be Rayman, and then Ubisoft would be announcing it. But I don't think that they'd do that, even with all the weird like survey stuff with the Smash Bros mention and whatever. I don't know. I just want to see Rayman. I think Rayman would be cool to see. His 25th is coming up next year. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of disappointing if they didn't mention anything about Rayman. I don't think we have to wait for Beyond Good and Evil 2 to be done or whatever. I think they don't have to wait for Ansel. I think, you know, they can just get a team that's competent and have them put out an interesting Rayman title. It doesn't even have to be a platformer. It can just be something with Rayman. I mean, I don't know. Is Ansel behind every mobile game that they've done? I can't imagine that he's on every single project, you know. I think the one notable one he wasn't on was like Rayman 3 and maybe the other Rabbids titles or whatever. But like, I don't know. I don't think they have to wait for him. I don't even think that's the case. It's possible they're even cooking up a Rayman game right now and we don't know anything about it. But yeah, I'd like to see that. Oh, also mentioned Beyond Good and Evil a while back. I don't think we're going to see that for a while. I think they're going to wait a little bit and then they'll announce next gen stuff for it or whatever. But yeah, that's it. You know, mostly hoping for Rayman. Would like to see something with Rabbids. Would be pleasantly surprised with Brawlhalla stuff. I'd like to see stuff for Switch. That's basically it. I'd like to do some more, you know, discussion stuff like this, you know. Expect more voiced analysis stuff in the future. Expect a lot more Brawlhalla stuff in the future. Yeah. Thanks for listening. And hope you have a nice time with Ubisoft 4 this Sunday. See you guys next time.
No.